Do you come home from work every day thinking about just how much you hate your job? You know, like you're just kind of looking for a sign. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 5 signs that you can't ignore, and we are starting right now. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to this channel where we show you the secrets and tools that you need to live a carefree lifestyle. And part of living a carefree lifestyle is not hating your job. Now, the first sign that you hate your job is that you leave work feeling completely exhausted and depleted, and you come home with no energy left to give to your loved ones or to do any of the fun things that you're passionate about in your life. While work often makes us have to leave the house and go do something, it isn't meant to tire us out to the point where we can't live our lives. There's that great quote that says, "Give the world the best of you, not what's left of you." Your job shouldn't suck all of the energy out of you to the point where you have nothing left to give. In an ideal situation, you would actually feel energized by the work that you do. Now, I talk a lot on this channel about how much I love my job and the journey I went through to get to the point where I found a job that I love. And I realize that not everybody out there loves their job as much as I do. However, I strongly believe that you should feel energized by your work. It should give you life rather than take it. Part of that is finding work that lets you do something you love, something you're good at, and something that makes a difference for the world. If you find a job like that, you're going to find great meaning and purpose in your work, and you're going to leave work feeling happier, energized, and excited. When I used to be a teacher, there were many days where I would walk in the front door, drop everything, and just quite literally collapse on the couch and literally just fall asleep until dinner time. I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling of just wanting to collapse when they walk in the door, but this is not what our work is supposed to look like or feel like. And if you are this exhausted when you're coming home from work, the odds are you probably hate your job. So if you can find a job that you love, are good at, and are able to make a difference in the world, you're going to feel energized. Now, if you're not sure what that looks like for you, check out the link to this video as well as the link to the workbook in the description to get started. Now, the second sign that you hate your job is that you come home complaining about your job. And you're going to do this to whoever will listen. When my wife stopped listening to me complain, I just complained to my cat. Many of us come home complaining and not even realizing that we're complaining. When you walk in the door and you're greeted with "How was your day?" it's very easy to start talking about the day and end up complaining about all the things that you hate about your job. I remember telling my wife all about my day, feeling like I was excited about my job, until she pointed out to me that I was just complaining about how much I hate my job. One thing you can do to process and understand the feelings you have about your day is to take advantage of your commute. On your way home, put in some relaxing music and just take some time to think about how you feel about your job. If you find yourself complaining to yourself, odds are you're going to go home and complain to whoever's going to listen, and that is a sign that you hate your job. The third sign that you hate your job is that you dread Mondays. Mondays get this really bad reputation pretty much because they're just the thing that stops the weekend from happening. And when the weekend stops happening, that means you have to go back to work. Now, if you find yourself dreading Mondays, the odds are you probably much rather do the things you were doing on the weekend than go to work. That doesn't always mean that you hate your job, but like I said earlier, if you're working a job that you love and are good at and allows you to make a difference in people's lives, you probably feel a little bit excited to go to work on Monday. I quite literally dive out of bed in the morning to get my day started on Mondays because I really love what I do. There was a time where I hated my job so much that the strongest coffee couldn't drag me out of bed in the morning. Now it just feels like every day is a holiday where I get to spend time with my family while doing the fun things that I love to do while being paid to do it. Carefree lifestyle. The fourth sign that you hate your job is that when you are not at your job, you're still thinking about your job. And I don't mean this in a way that you're so excited about your job that you can't stop thinking about it. This is what happens when we hate our jobs so much that the smallest things bother us and we just can't let them go. We carry these things home with us into the weekend, and it seems to take Friday and most of Saturday to let go of them. And then before you know it, Sunday night rolls around and you realize you're still not over it, and there's a fresh slice of Monday waiting for you the next morning. If you're having trouble letting go of the negative things that are happening at work, you hate something about your job to the point where you're going to let it impact your life outside of work. And that is a sign that you hate your job. And the fifth and final sign that you hate your job is that when you're at work, you're thinking about anything other than work. As I mentioned before, if you love your job, you should be happy to be at work and you should be engaged in whatever your responsibilities are. You shouldn't find your mind constantly wandering because you are so into what you're doing that you just lose yourself in your work. That is work that you love, that energizes you, and is worth doing. Now, if you're recognizing these signs that you hate your job, the message I'm trying to send you is not to just quit your job. The message I'm trying to send is that you need to look for the growth opportunities in the obstacles that you're facing at work right now. If you're feeling exhausted all the time and you're complaining all the time, you're constantly thinking about work and you're always distracted while you're at work, there is a strong chance that you really hate your job to the point where you might want to consider looking for other work. However, I always recommend talking to your boss or getting some professional help because it's nice to know that you tried everything before you just quit without really giving it a fair shot. Working a job that you love is one of the secrets that we live every day that allows us to live the carefree lifestyle that we do. If you want to learn more about how the jobs that we work allow us to live a carefree lifestyle, click on one of the videos on your screen and check out the links to the blog in the description below. Hey, thanks for watching, and remember to choose growth, gratitude, joy, and good vibes. And if you like this video, why not subscribe?